Hi, this is Nancy with Healing Gardens, and I have your reading. I have two cards already pulled from our. It's all smushed up. It just says tarot cards, okay? Just from our tarot cards that have the fun messages on it, so I can't screw it up. I wouldn't screw it up anyway. But anyway, we always get the message that we're supposed to, and we always get it on the day that we're supposed to. So whenever you watch this, this is when you're supposed to be seeing it, okay? So we are going to start off with the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. All right, the Queen of Swords is a model of self-sufficiency, independence, wisdom. She is a representative of sanity and has various knowledge and judgmental abilities. Okay, so you see the Queen, and she is sitting in the throne. Okay, she has the sword. She's holding the sword upright. But if you see her hand, okay, she's holding her other hand. She's holding her sword, and she's like this. Okay, so to me, it's like, okay, she's telling somebody something. Okay, she is full of wisdom. She's full of knowledge, and she's sharing this, and she's saying it in such a way that is the sword to me is, about fighting, okay? Just, and I'm hearing in the back of my mind, the pen is mightier than the sword. The pen is mightier than the sword. So maybe there's something you're supposed to be writing. Maybe there's some documents supposed to be signing. And I know they say during Mercury retrograde not to do that. But maybe you're supposed to be. Maybe you're supposed to be. They said it's preferred you don't. So make sure you read everything thoroughly before you sign it. But I think there's a conversation or something you need to, a conversation you need to have, a discussion you need to have. Maybe you need to teach somebody something. Maybe you need to share something. Okay, there's some kind of communication. There's some kind of throat chakra thing going on that you need to share something. You need to tell somebody something. Okay, you have an important message. You have an important message, or an important message is coming to you. But I don't think so. I think it's the other way around. I think you have an important message for somebody, and you may be like, I have nothing to say. Okay, you do, and it's the Queen energy. Okay, so it's more of a maternal energy. Okay, so that said, mom can also be the discipline. You know what I mean? Mom can also be large and in charge. Okay, but usually it's more feminine energy. It's more caring and loving and nurturing and that kind of thing. Okay, so anyway, so is there something you've been wanting to say, something you've been wanting to share, someone who you feel needs your guidance? Okay, I'm getting the page in the back of my mind too. So like maybe someone younger than you. Is there someone younger than you who you feel like you should be reaching out to, that you should be offering support? Okay, I don't know. So keep that in mind. Think about that. Honestly, if someone just came to your mind, that's who it is, because it's always the first person who comes to your mind, or it's the first thing that comes to your mind that usually it is. Usually, sometimes it's that you're so transfixed on something, or transfixed. That's not the right word. So fixated. Thank you. So fixated on something that that you don't see other things. So that could be it too. Okay. So just, if you've been dwelling on something, just I would be careful of that. But otherwise, I would say, basically it's like the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay. And our second card is I dropped it. The Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Okay. It kind of looks like the Fool. That's what I saw when I got there. The Fool. But anyway, the Two of Pentacles suggests money-related decisions, representing a time when one is carefully weighing one's abilities and multiple opportunities for choice arise. Okay, I love that. Because you can see he's got money in both hands, and he's like, maybe this, maybe this, maybe this, maybe this. So what is it that you want to do to make money? Or maybe there's something that you're already doing. Maybe you have a side hustle, okay? Maybe there's something that you do on the side that is starting to really take off, okay? Maybe you need to be putting your focus on that instead of the other one, okay? Maybe you have, and we talked about this yesterday. I don't know if you're watching these in sequence, and it's okay if you're not, because like I said, it's always the right time. But yesterday we were talking about jobs that steal your soul. Okay, so maybe you're investing all your time into a project or a job or something like that is sucking the life out of you, while there's another job or project that is just fulfilling and rewarding and fills you up. Okay. Yes, money is usually the deciding factor, and it's a fact of life. Okay, we could pretend like it isn't, but it absolutely is. But money is just another form of abundance. Okay. We use money to get things. Okay, to buy things, to buy experiences, to have the things that we need, our needs met. Okay. So it's not money that's the issue. Okay, it's lack. Okay, so we want to bypass lack. We want to just don't even think about lack, which I know is difficult, but humor me. Okay. So to me, like I'm thinking, and it's I keep coming back to the Fool. I know it's not the Fool, but I'm thinking like, play and in jest and in fun. I think that, kind of like when we're out and about, and he's like this. That's why I keep going like, okay. I think when we take our mind off of things that are like, really serious and heavy and stuff like that, and we put them into something else, it allows like messages to come to us more easily. Okay. It could be that our angels or guides, whoever is just like trying to give you a message. Okay, they're giving you dreams. Are you like, I woke up the other night like soaked in sweat with a dream. Okay, and I woke up and the dream, I knew it was something really important, couldn't remember it. Can't remember at all. But I know it was so serious that like woke me, like I woke right the hell up. You know what I mean? So, your subconscious knows. So don't freak out about it. It's like, oh my God, I don't know. Your subconscious knows, and it will help you and it will guide you for sure, for sure. So don't panic that you don't remember, okay? Because a lot of people have dreams they don't remember, and it's like, well, that was no help at all. Honestly, it was okay. Even if you don't remember why, okay, your subconscious does and will lead you, in directions that help you with that sort of thing. Okay. So, but I'm thinking if you take your mind off it and do things that you enjoy, do things that you love to do, okay? And you're like, oh, I don't remember. Pick one small thing that makes you happy, okay? It could be watching a TV show, all right? Yes, I don't want you to like thrust yourself into like, a 6-hour binge, okay, where you're just taking yourself out of the situation, okay? Unless it's a show that provides you inspiration, okay? I love to write, and there's shows, oddly enough, Castle is one of those weird shows where he's a writer. But he solves crimes and stuff like that, or he helps solve crimes. Anyway, he's goofy. But for whatever reason, that show inspires me. I'll watch it over and over and over again just because it's like, oh, look at the life this person has. This is like a life I would like. Okay, so and I know it's not real. I know it's fake. But like watching the Harry Potter movies reminds me that oh my God, I can't think of it. I want to call her Joanne. Anyway, the lady who wrote J.K. Rowling, who wrote them, came from humble beginnings, and she, built this entire universe, an empire, if you will. And she, it proves to me that it can be done. Okay, and to me that's inspiring. So that sort of thing's okay. As long as you don't lose yourself in it and you're doing it just to numb yourself so that you're not thinking about other things. Although if you need to for a short period of time, that's okay. Okay, self-care. I get it. Just don't let it take over your life and become, you do nothing but watch TV. Unless you're happy with your life the way it is, then knock yourself out. I'm not telling you what to do. Okay. But if you're in that situation where you're trying to decide, you're trying to figure things out, you're trying to unravel a puzzle. Okay. Spending time, sometimes, making your check off list. It's like, okay, is this better? Is this better? You know what I mean? Like doing all those things, they can be helpful, but sometimes, and like we said before, what you're like fixated on something, you don't see the big picture. Okay. So maybe take yourself out of that for a little bit, take a break, do something different. Okay. And then, oddly, that's why ideas come to you in the shower. Okay, or while you're driving to work, listen to the radio or something like that. You know what I mean? Because your mind's not so fixated on the problem. Okay, and allows the answer to come to you. Okay, so anywho, Queen of Swords. Okay, you have a message. Okay, someone needs you to reach out to them. Okay, I just share the message. Okay, make it up. Okay, you have motherly, nurturing advice for somebody. No, it doesn't matter if you're a man listening to this. Okay, you can still have nurturing advice. All right, you have loving, nurturing advice that someone needs, probably someone younger than you. Okay, so think about that. Maybe you need to be a mentor to somebody. You ever think about that? We often say how your life experiences make you so amazing, so unique, so special. Maybe it's time you share those gifts with somebody else. Are you in the same job for like 20 years? It doesn't matter if it's in the same building, but like, have you done the same thing for 20 years? Is there someone who wants to learn how to do that? Is there someone who's like said, oh yeah, I can't, your job is so cool, I'd love to do that job. Maybe help them. Maybe you're supposed to be that person. Okay, okay. And then we have the Two of Pentacles. We have the money on both sides. Okay, what are you going to pick? What are you going to pick? There's no wrong answer. There's no wrong answer. Okay. If you don't pick anything, you end up staying the same. That's still an answer. Okay. And maybe it's not time to go to that side hustle that that you love. Okay. Maybe you're still wrapped up in the other thing. Okay. Divine timing is always working in our favor. Okay. So things will happen, but you also need to be an active participant. Okay. You can't just sit back and say, okay, universe, drop it in my lap. Okay. It can happen. It's not likely. Not likely. Not impossible. Not impossible. Miracles happen. But help a brother out. Help a brother out, okay? You need to be your own advocate. You need to be your own advocate, and you need to be an active participant, all right? Because sitting around waiting for someone to save you, that's not happening, honey. Okay, you're gonna save yourself. All right, you came into this world alone. You're going out of this world alone. Yes, we had family. Yes, we have all sorts of people, soul relationships on the way. Okay, but at the end of the day, it's you. You're responsible for you. Okay, and honestly, that shouldn't scare you. That should be empowering. That you don't have to wait for someone to help you. You don't have to wait for the cavalry to ride in. You don't have to wait for that ship to come into the freaking harbor. Okay, buy yourself a boat and row yourself out. Okay, you have the power. You have the power. Power of the people. You got this. Okay, have a beautiful, blessed, wonderful day, and I know you're gonna make the right choices. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.